Instead, she gets this huge box that says live fish on the outside of it.
We saw aging, yes, but not deteriorating. Like now I'm watching myself die.
I might, for the first time, venture into Botox.
Well, the truth is, like middle schoolers, okay, this is actually something I really believe.
Yeah.
I don't think we should have to look at them.
Compared to Infinite, there really are only some people. Only
We
some.
high? Are we high? It is a lot of people
Oh,
just factually observing that I look
you
like Tom
don't.
Hiddleston. I do.
At the same time in my life,
Weird.
I was watching A Walk to Remember and I was showing up to people's birthday parties with a boombox.
Hey, you dirty little peanut. Welcome back. This is Not For Everyone, podcast hosted by a hater and a lover. I'm Caroline. That's Jess. And she's a dirty little nut, too. Look at her.
So true. I'm colored like a nut today. I'm wearing a nutty sweatshirt and my hair's kind of nutty and I
What is your
feel
sweat?
kind of nutty.
Yeah, you smell nutty. Or you look like maybe you'd smell nutty. I can't smell you.
I wish you could smell me. This is a
What is
weird
your
way to
sweat?
start.
Thank you. Yeah. No second takes. What does your sweatshirt say on this audio podcast?
It says comfort without the second O.
Is that like
Um,
a brand
Not
or
sponsored. It's a brand. I just bought a sweatsuit from them. I've been getting their Instagram ads for months probably, and I
okay?
fucking love it. I've been wearing it every
Oh,
single day.
ooh, that's nice. When you actually you're like, God, this brand has been stalking me. This marketing has been stalking me. I'll go in, and then sometimes you're like, what was that all about? That
Yeah,
sucked. But you actually got a good one.
I got a good one. First of all, usually when I order stuff from Instagram ads, it takes like 3 months to get to me, and it's
Because
some
it's like
sketchy
gone
business.
because it's always gone viral or something, and like a million people have ordered the same piece of like leggings made from
Made in
trash
like
or whatever it
China.
is.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, this got here in 2 days. I didn't pay for
Mm.
extra shipping or whatever. And it's this like weighted material. It's weighted. I use that term lightly because it doesn't feel like I'm walking around with a weighted blanket on or something extreme, but it's just like enough of a thick material that it
Yeah,
feels like it's hugging you.
that's
And I'm
nice.
obsessed with it. And I really like the color because it's just kind of like a neutral, I feel like a Kardashian. So it's really
Mm-hmm.
working for me.
Okay, great. That's very exciting.
Recommend. Yeah.
Recommend. That's
What's up
very
with
rewarding.
you?
I made a good purchase recently. Nope, I didn't. I didn't buy it. Somebody gave it to me, but it was like a good thing that
Okay.
happened in the form of a material object. My friend gave me at a little Galentine's like get
Cute.
together that we had. We all brought our favorite, one of our favorite everyday items that we're always gifting to people or giving to people or recommending to people. I brought like a book I loved and some candles I love. Somebody brought like little shower steamer
Mm.
aromatherapy things. For a moment, I was
Hmm.
trying to figure out if I said shower wrong. I was like, does shower have an R in it? For a moment, I was like, maybe it's shower, but
You
that's
said
not
it really
true.
hard. You said it like shower, were. I do really like those aromatherapy like things that you put in the
Yeah,
shower and they melt. So that's a great one. I like this idea.
it
Keep
was
going.
good.
Keep going.
Yeah, it was a really nice way. So then we just did like a little random, it was like Secret Santa random gift exchange, but that was the premise of how we did it. And my one friend brought, I guess it's a viral product, but I never know anything viral because I'm just so fucking out of touch. Um, it's a face cream that the base ingredient is snail
Oh yeah.
snail
I've heard about
slime.
this. Hmm.
Yeah, and it's this it's actually I guess a very reputable Korean skincare brand. I think it's called like Corsix or something. And she loved it, so I was willing to try it, but I think it was the kind of thing that sounds so gimmicky to me that I would be like, okay, obviously this isn't a thing. In addition, but she gave it to me, so I was going to try it. She loved it. In addition, I have super acne prone skin, really oily, so I'm really, really picky about the moisturizers I use. I basically will only use like a CeraVe or, something that
Yeah.
there's nothing hot about it. There's nothing designer about it. It's just like give me the basic ingredients. And I love this snail mucin. I love it.
Wow.
I think it's called
Feels
snail.
what feels different about it
Dude,
or the
it
effect
feels like
that it
snail.
gives?
First
Does
of all,
it?
okay, it feels like snail mucin. It feels like snail mucin. It's called Corsic Corsix doesn't matter. Snail cream. Just look up snail cream. You can literally order it. You can order it online. Like I think I got mine for $14. I ordered
Oh, it's
more.
not
As
even expensive.
No, it's not expensive. And
Wow.
I'm sure you can get like nicer fancy moisturizers too, but for a affordable one, it does not break out my skin. It keeps me super hydrated and it's silly, I guess, or snail
Oh,
mucin.
yeah. How
It
long have you
feels
been
like a bottle
using
of
it?
snail mucin. Maybe like a
A
week and a
week?
half. A week
Okay.
and a half. But for me, it's like if my skin is so sensitive and pathetic and like such a whiny bitch that if I go one afternoon without using my approved moisturizer, I'll break out. I'll break
Yeah.
out by the end of that day. So a week and a half is pretty good. Pretty good timing for me.
No, I like that. I've been
Yeah.
wondering if that stuff is good. I have like three different reactions. The first one being you mentioned CeraVe, whatever, that like it's a really great, solid moisturizer from the drugstore. Did you see their Super Bowl commercial with Michael Cera?
I actually didn't, but someone told me about it and I
It
love
was
it, obviously.
excellent. And it was apparently produced by Tim and Eric, if you know that comedy duo from
Yeah.
like when we were in college, probably.
Hmm.
Okay, that's just quick mention there.
Oh, for the people who aren't familiar, CeraVe, I guess, roped in Michael Cera to be their spokesperson just based on his last name. And
Yeah,
then I think it was like a whole joke about how he's just like passionate about skincare
about
or
like
like whatever.
moisturizer,
Yeah.
and it's produced in a way that's very like
Tim and Eric.
80s or 90s like glamour shots of Michael Cera like with
Yeah.
this moisturizer, and obviously his last name Cera is spelled the way that the
Sarah.
moisturizer is. It was very clever. It was probably my favorite Super Bowl commercial. Um but then okay, Snail. I'm like debating if I'm going to tell this story, like
Ooh.
long-winded story about snails.
Okay. So it sounds like it's probably a sex story.
I wish it was. It's not
I
even
wish
my
it was.
story.
I wish it was a sex story with snails.
I
Okay.
mean, there's
I'll
something there because like snails are stuck in their shell,
Ew,
right?
wait, what? Oh,
Well, they're
okay.
not stuck,
Meaning
but like in a sexual context, I would make it about stuckness,
I
as
was
I
gonna say
do.
you just have stuckness so tightly coiled with sex in a way that I don't. So that was a leap
Right.
I couldn't make. Okay.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
it was right there for me, right?
For you,
Right
it
there,
was right
one, two
there for
step.
yeah.
No, my friend Libby a few years ago ordered, it was like during COVID, and she ordered a moisturizer from Clinique's website that she has bought many times before. Clinique, known, reputable, normal brand. And she got the notification in her email that it had arrived. So she went down to her mail room to pick it up and expecting like a small box for a moisturizer. Instead, she gets this huge box that says live fish on the outside of it. And it's
Oh
like heavy
no.
and kind of wet.
No.
And
No.
she brings it upstairs.
She
She
thought she
opens
was
it.
just wait. Okay.
She ordered a moisturizer from Clinique.com. And she takes it upstairs. She's like opening it. Like there's like layers to it. There's like lots of
Layers of fish.
plastic wrap. And finally she pulls out this bag of live snails that
Wow.
somehow had gotten shipped to her. It said her name and address on the package. It said that it was from Clinique on the outside, but I don't think there was like a Clinique slip on the inside or anything. And she called them and was like, I ordered moisturizer, but I got a package of snail. And they were like, yeah, that wasn't from us. And she was like, no shit, this isn't what I ordered from you. Like, but can you help me? And they were like, no. And she tried to call like UPS or whatever the shipper was, and they couldn't really do anything about it. I
That's
don't even remember if
awesome.
Clinique like refunded her. It was a whole thing. But
That's so
then
confusing.
it's so
Wait,
weird.
what has to go wrong in the UPS like um
Like the mailing
system
like
for that to
steps.
happen?
I
What even
know.
allows for that?
She never found out, but at the end of the day, she was like, okay, now I have this box of live snails. And I think what any normal person would do in that situation. I mean, you don't know what to do with it, but I think if it were me, I would just be like, I guess I'll just put these by my dumpster. Libby proceeds to spend like multiple days of her life trying to contact like local fishery, like fish markets
Yeah.
and the aquarium and
Like
like
a snail haven, a snail rescue.
preservations.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she ends up driving it like an hour into South Chicago, which like you don't necessarily want to be there alone as a young woman with a box of snails. And to this
But
like
that's where
man that
all,
she found
yeah.
who
Yeah.
would
Oh
take them
no, a
into his
snail
like
dealer. He was dealing snails as a snail trafficker.
it was some sort of like
That is a sex story
preservate
after
like
all.
yeah,
Snail sex trafficking
some
story.
sort of like he did research on like aqua
Yeah, good
animals or
story,
whatever.
bro. Good story, bro. He had sex with all those snails.
So anytime people bring
Wow.
up this snail cream, which I know is like really popular and a real
Yeah.
thing, I just think Clinique box of snails. I don't know if
Yeah.
I want to get myself wrapped up in that whole cycle.
That's one of the best stories I've ever heard. That's amazing.
I have never laughed so hard as when she told me that story the first time. And she took pictures for every step of like when she was opening it, when she took it downstairs to drive it to South Chicago, like
What did the box say on the ad say? Wet, wet fish.
live fish, live fish. Like at that point, I don't even know if I would have brought it up to my apartment if it was me. I don't know. She's a special
That's
gal.
awesome.
Shout
What?
out.
Well, what happened to the person who was waiting on their snails?
Well, we'll never know. I don't know who it was supposed to go to.
Yes, that's
A
so
French
good.
restaurant never got their escargot. I don't know.
That's so interesting. Who? I mean, just I'm amazed that you're allowed to. I wonder how many different live animals you can mail.
Yeah, like in the same
You
process that
know?
you mail moisturizer, you can mail
Yeah. Be like, this
fish.
could, yeah, this could be a
Ooh.
cream or an animal.
Right. Either
Yikes,
or.
mate.
Um,
Okay. That was a
okay.
great story. I loved that.
Thank you so much. I wasn't sure if I would be able to like do it justice for her. She's really great at telling it. I think I've even promised her like when I have a podcast and hit it big, which I do already. But, I was like, when we have millions of people listening, I'll let you tell this story on the podcast.
She'll,
I was
yeah.
in the back of my head, maybe I was saving it, but no, this felt like the right time. It's a great
Yeah,
story.
she can always come on and give us the full snail.
Okay. Yeah. She might do like a PowerPoint presentation for our YouTube audience. I think that's what it would require. Okay.
Dang.
Speaking of skincare,
Yeah.
I have been feeling for 48 hours
Okay.
like I might, for the first time, venture into Botox
Okay.
for my little forehead lines that everybody has, and there's no problem with them and whatever. But I was taking a selfie the other day and like caught them in such a light that I've never caught them in before. And it was really disturbing. And it stuck with me. And I was like, oh, okay, this is the moment where I decide to start doing that. And I just wanted to bring it to your attention and have you either push me in that direction or push me away from it. I need someone to like help me on this decision
Oh,
making. Yeah,
well, I would never push anyone in either direction. These are one of
fair.
the things where I'm like, I don't understand how anyone can have any opinion about what somebody else does. I get
Fair.
Botox. I can share why I ended up getting it. Like, and I also understand all the fucking walking on eggshells, talking around these things. People have such weird reactions. I'm like, why do you care? Why do you care?
So many
When
people get
people,
it too. It's just whether they tell you or
oh
not,
yeah, truth be told. Um, I I don't really mind the forehead wrinkles and stuff. Like, I don't mind. I have like crow's feet and whatever. I don't really mind that. There's things I'm so vain and so like hyper focused on, but
Hmm.
those don't bother me that much. It bothers me when they stay, even when it's resting. Like, I don't care if I have crow's feet when I smile. What annoys me is when it's like etched into your face.
Yes.
Um, and so I guess people get Botox all the time because before that kind of wrinkle, there's different kinds of wrinkles. Before that kind of wrinkle is etched into your face, um, you can stop it like earlier on, like some of the forehead stuff, whatever. So you have to like
Mm.
start earlier if you want to prevent it from becoming that etched in thing that it can be when you're like 50 or older. But then for me, I got it at the like 11s between my eyebrows
Yeah.
maybe like 3 summers ago, I think, when I scout all the time. It's my default setting. And um I was at the beach with my family, and my sister Elizabeth was like, Caroline, what's that white line down the middle of your face? And I'd been scowling so much that in the summer now I will just get a tan line from it. And so I had a white line down the exact middle of my forehead. And I was
Holy
like,
shit.
okay, that's fucking enough. That's enough of fucking that. I'm not gonna have a tan line down the middle of my face all summer. Um, yeah. I also go to somebody good, blah, blah, blah. Although for cosmetic things, Botox A is incredibly safe. Like the worst you can get is like the very worst, basically, that you could ever get. And this incredibly rare is like a wonky eye for a few months, but then
Mm.
like it fades. Um, what the
What
heck
does a
else was I gonna
wonky eye
say?
mean? Like how
Oh, like
wonky?
if it goes really bad, this is really, really rare, but like it happens where the fucking some muscles are screwed and it's like you look wonky. It's like this.
Oh
Like it looks
God.
like you might be
Like your eyes
winking.
closed. Yeah.
Yeah, but it also fades because Botox fades. It's not
Right.
permanent. I will say, but you want to go to somebody good. It's a medical thing. It's your body. um they kind of talked me into at one point doing the crow's feet and doing like jowl, because when you can't frown then you'll start grimacing more, like you take the frown to your mouth, like your
Oh.
face wants to frown somewhere. So there is this kind of like snowball effect of it, which is true. Like if your face can't frown between your eyebrows, people start doing like a mouth frown more. And so there was kind of this snowball effect where they got me doing more and more Botox. And I was just like, okay, it's not that big a deal. It doesn't make you look different really. So I was like, okay, if that's what you recommend. I don't really like that anymore. I really didn't
Yeah.
like, I don't do that anymore. I really don't like not being able to smile with my eyes.
Yeah.
Um, and like I need a frown somewhere. Otherwise, I'm not making any expressions at all. That's my main one.
Right.
So I will
Yeah,
say that. It's a
that's good to
personal thing
know.
though. It's personal.
Of
I could talk about
course.
this forever. I feel like I've done a lot of Botox research.
No, I know. That's why I wanted to talk to you about it because I have no experience with it and I feel like I don't even have friends who have explored it yet.
Ugh.
But that's helpful to know because I think my mindset was like if I do this for just that forehead thing, I need to go in and be prepared to decline any other thing that they try to convince me, like upsell me on, basically.
Well, they might, depending on the place. They are salesmen. So I think you
Right.
should feel very prepared to be like, I don't want that.
Right. But at the same time, I didn't realize that there is a reason for like correcting. Okay, now because we
I
did this, we need to
mean,
do this. It doesn't mean
yeah.
I would go ahead and be like, yeah, sure, do it all. But it's helpful to know that
Well,
that's
that's
like
it.
a
It is a
factor.
reason. It is a reason, and it's not. Like they are salesmen. They're
Right.
effective salesmen. And yeah, I don't know. There's just the thing is, like, I felt like I went in a bunch of times in the row. This is probably over the course of like 2 years. And every time I went in, they were proposing more and more. And this is a super, super reputable place.
Hmm.
And I still go there for like all kinds of skincare and treatments I do. And I think they actually genuinely believed, because the girls working there would do the Botox in the same way, like, well, you don't want to overcompensate in your mouth then, or you don't want to overcompensate in your nose then. People do like the nose, bunny
Mm.
nose Botox model. You don't want to overcompensate in your eyes then. But then it's just like, then it's my whole face is frozen. And then I really don't feel like myself. I felt like I couldn't smile in photos. I actually felt like I would try so hard to smile that I was like, it's probably straining my muscles.
Ah,
Um, so I think it's actually it's very fine to just go do one little thing that bothers you. And if you don't like it, maybe you don't like how it feels, maybe you don't like the cost, maybe you don't like the result, like there's not that much to dislike with the results, but maybe it's just not worth it to you. Then you just don't do it again. Like it,
yeah.
and your face, like it just wears off. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
fair enough. I've
It's
been
not a
so
huge
scared to
risk.
do, I don't know why, but I've been so scared to do a lot of these types of treatments, like something that's super benign and shouldn't be a big deal at all that I've thought about but never done is eyebrow, I mean not eyebrow, eyelash like lift and tint.
Mm.
A lot of people do it. My sister did it one time and was like obsessed with it, and it looked really good on her. And it's like harmless. It goes away really fast. Like, I don't know. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it again. And one time I made a appointment to get it done at the place where I get facials done because they kind of do it all there. And I got there for my facial, got the facial done. An hour later, it's time for her to do the lash treatment. And I was like, you know what? Let's just not. And I like panicked at the last minute and I was like, I'll just
Does
go.
it
Thanks
freak
for the
you
facial.
out? Or
I don't
what's
know
the
what it
reason?
is. I don't know. I think I just like, I don't want to wake up and look at myself in the mirror and not look like myself.
Yeah,
And even though I guess what all that looks like is that you naturally have like mascara on,
I get it
um,
though.
I still feel like having like a darkened lash that looks like I'm wearing mascara while I sleep and when I wake up feels weird to me, even though I can also make an argument for why that would be really awesome to just wake up and feel like my eyes look open and I can just step out without putting mascara on, which I do anyway. I don't know. It's a weird. I'm
No,
like, why am I doing this?
I
Just
get
because
it.
other people have done it and it looks good, or because I actually think that I need and want it for myself, you know?
I think those are good questions to ask.
Yeah. I don't
I
know.
get it. I well, first of all, I think people should be, especially when it's something more intense like medical, like anything you do within a med spa, you need to see medical grade people. Just because it's common doesn't mean you can fucking get Botox in a hotel room. You know,
Yeah.
you need to see like very reputable professionals. But even with the lower lift things like the eyelash tint, there was a phase, a short phase, where I was getting eyelash extensions. I
Mm,
I actually did it for the first time when I was dating this guy maybe like 2.5 years ago. And he took me on like an overnight camping date. And I was really stressed about this was pretty early on in dating. And so my
mm,
first thought was like, okay, share my location because maybe he'll murder me. Second thought was like, how am I gonna look pretty the whole time?
of course.
Because it was
You
like a
get all the
very
treatments before your camping trip,
I
obviously.
I literally got eyelash extensions. This is so embarrassing, but I got really natural ones, allegedly. And I was like, I was just like, I needed them to comfort myself because I was so nervous about going camping with this guy. So I got eyelash extensions for my camping trip. This is so embarrassing. Anyway,
You are
they
not
looked
the first person to do that at all. I don't think it's that embarrassing. It's like how often I self tan not to
oh,
go to the beach,
it's so
just to like
embarrassing.
be naked in front of
I
somebody or
know.
whatever.
Well, it was so early on in dating that it was that phase where you're like, when I see this person, it was the point at which if you're seeing that person, you're like totally like perfectly presentable. I was not ready to be like camping
Yeah.
level with this person. Anyway, I got the eyelash extensions, whatever, whatever, whatever. He didn't kill me, but they, they were cute, and I think I got them maybe once or twice more. They're so ridiculously expensive. They don't even last that long. And for me, I think it's a bigger fear of now this thing I have to upkeep. Like I
Yeah.
won't feel cute. Like that's a new level. And so now I won't feel cute unless I have that. Um, feels like, oh my God, it's another fucking thing I have to upkeep. That being said, there are certain things, there are certain addictions I will maintain.
Yeah.
I do get Botox. I've gotten filler before. A lot of it I didn't like the look of, but um, you know, working out, a lot of that is an aesthetic thing. Skincare stuff,
Yeah.
a lot of that is aesthetic. Tried things I like, tried things I don't, but yeah, I'm wary of adding on too many things. That's like, now that's the standard. That's the way,
Right.
that's the standard for feeling pretty now. And like, if I don't have the tan and don't have the eyelashes and don't have the Botox and the extensions done at the same time, am I going to feel like shit? Because those things are only going to line up all at once, like maybe a few times a year. And I don't want
That's
to feel like shit
true.
in between that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's very true. And when I think about it just from a like time and cost standpoint, my thing is my nails, and I'm very happy for my thing to continue to be my
Yeah,
nails.
you have your thing. You have your
But
thing.
it's like that's 2 hours every 3 weeks, $100 every 3 weeks. Like that's plenty. I don't
Yeah.
need to add on. And I think that's another reason that I've thought about these things but never actually committed to it. Cause I'm just like, if I start doing this, either I won't like it, and I guess then I'll at least know the answer, but it'll kind of be a waste and I'll be like annoyed looking at myself for a few weeks. Or if I do like it, then I'm going to have to upkeep this and it's going to be time and money on whatever cadence. And I just
Yeah.
don't need another one. Like, it would be different if I think the reason that the Botox thing hit me the other day, but it's because I literally looked at the lines on my forehead and they looked different to me than they have looked before.
Some
And I
weird
was
hallway
like,
lighting really got you.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, like it looked etched in the way that you said that earlier. It didn't
Mm,
just look like,
mm.
okay, obviously when I'm making facial expressions, I can make, these wrinkles appear above my eyebrows. But it was like flat face, not doing anything, bad lighting, really close camera. And I felt like it looked etched in. And that took me by surprise because I've never seen my face look like that before.
Mm.
Everything else is like extra. It's like lash tint and lift. Like, okay, I can just put mascara on. Like, I'm not having an issue with my eyelashes,
Yeah.
So that's why that hit different because I was like, oh, there's now an issue that makes me feel like I don't look like myself because I know myself to be
Yeah.
younger and prettier than that, basically, you know?
It's really shocking to watch aging happen. Like I think it's just shocking. Like
Yeah.
you our entire life we haven't witnessed visible signs of our body deteriorating. Like we saw aging, yes, but not deteriorating. Like now I'm watching myself die. I'm watching myself die. I'm watching myself
Slowly.
become a corpse. Yeah, slowly. But I had this thought with like literally this morning. I don't know about you, but my whole life growing up, I felt like not just my dentist, but every adult I knew was always talking to me about flossing. Maybe this is because
Hmm.
my mom was a dental hygienist at one point. My dad's obsessed with his teeth. So I don't, maybe it's just my parents, but like they were always talking about like, well, you need to be flossing, you need to be flossing. It's like, yeah, bitch, I heard it. Like I'm not flossing because I haven't heard this before. I just
Right.
don't fucking want to floss. And only in the last year or two have I, you know, I've always been told by dentists you need to floss more, no shit. And I've never really done it. I've always felt guilty about it, always had anxiety. And in the last year or two, I'm just naturally doing it all the time
Mm,
because my teeth are so much tighter as I've aged, I think, which is what happens,
interesting.
that like it just inherently like feels better to be flossing. It feels uncomfortable kind of after I eat in a way that never did before. And this light bulb went off in my head. I think your teeth get tighter or something, where I was like, these fucking adults weren't more disciplined than me all along. They were just preaching about a thing that literally made
They
them feel
needed.
good, that they needed, and it inherently made them feel good. Obviously, it's good for your health, good for your bone, or what are they? Teeth or teeth bones? No, teeth
They're
health.
bones. They're
They're
bones.
bones. Are they? Are they
They
bones?
are. You're a scientist. They're bones.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, they were just brushing. They were just doing that to their tiny bones because it felt good, not because they're more disciplined. Like it just felt good, and it never felt like it never bothered me when I was a kid. And now that I'm dying,
Yeah.
it bothers me if I don't floss. And I was just flossing this morning, being like, "Look
Now
at
that
you
I'm dying.
dying! Look at you fucking dying!"
Um, okay. Well, I'm shocked at this your teeth get tighter phenomenon. Is that a real
I don't
thing?
I don't know. Let me Google it. Do hold on. Hold
I
on.
don't
I
need
can't
you to
move my
Google it.
mic.
I would
No,
believe
let
you
me
if you were
Google it.
confident.
Do
You just need to
no,
show
but
up with
I'm never
confidence.
gonna I say well, first of all, no, never. And second of all, I say stuff on this podcast all the time that's wrong. Okay. Do your teeth get tighter over time with age? Okay. La 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 la. La la la. What? Okay. Um,
Or does your mouth get
smaller?
smaller? Or is it just that your body's getting bigger and like growing into your like fat mouth and teeth?
What?
Fat with a PH.
Okay, listen, I don't know what happens. The Google's being really unhelpful. I don't know what happens to your teeth
Okay.
over.
I'll take your
I
word
don't
for
I
it.
didn't even know that they were bones. Wait, are teeth bones?
They really are. I'm so confident. If they're not, I don't want to know, actually. I just want to believe that
Are
I
teeth
showed
bones?
up
Wait,
confidently.
no.
They're not?
Whilst your teeth and your bones may share some similarities, most notably in both being made of strong materials and sharing the same color, they are not the same. Teeth are not made from bone.
God damn it. I could have sworn because there are certain vitamins that are good for bone and
Yeah,
dental health.
calcium. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
calcium, but no, they're not.
Okay.
They're not
So a
bones.
skeleton doesn't have
Fake
teeth?
news.
Doesn't a skeleton have teeth on it? Or no? No, it doesn't. Does it?
Wait, I'm just googling things now. The skeleton.
It's anatomy class, babies. Welcome.
I can only type with one hand while I hold this mic. That's
You're
why it's
doing
taking
really
so
good.
long. um, I don't know
Do
if that's really a
skeletons have
question.
teeth?
Skeletons do have teeth, but they stay in place, it says. But I don't think
Okay.
that skeletons, I don't think that like the legislation on skeletons is that they can only be bone.
Okay.
I think they're bone plus teeth.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'll
Okay.
accept. Um, wait, just okay.
What were we talking
That
about?
bones aside, um, I also think, oh, I'll never forget. What you were saying is spot on about like
I'm
adults tell
dying.
kids to do all these things for themselves and kids don't
And you're
fucking
like,
want to do them
yes,
until
I'll
they
care
matter.
later. I'll care
Yeah.
later.
When
Like
I was in high
stretching.
school,
I feel the
I'll
same
never
about
forget
stretching.
it, totally. Oh my God,
Yeah,
I
they're like,
stretch all
you
the
have
time
to
now.
stretch. You have to stretch. Listen, no kids are pulling
Right.
no kids are straining muscles at soccer practice in third grade. It only is you old fuckers at the gym. Like you
Totally.
should be stretching. Yeah, you should be stretching. I should be stretching.
Yeah, my mom got me when I was in high school a like Clinique. This episode's all about Clinique. A Clinique like
Snail
cleanser,
farm.
moisturizer, serum, whatever, like the set of three things.
Clinique was big
And
when we were in like middle school.
totally. And
Yeah.
obviously, okay, when you're that age, you are dealing with acne stuff. And so maybe for some people, for some teenagers, they were like, oh, good, this will help with my acne that I'm really insecure about. But mine was never so bad. Like it was a thing. I wasn't like blessed with perfectly clear skin at that age, but it also wasn't like so bad that the trade-off of like having to do this skincare routine every night before going
Yeah.
to bed was not worth it for the few pimples that I was dealing with.
No
And
intrinsic motivation.
I didn't do it. And my mom bought me these expensive products and thought like, "Oh, you have some pimples, they're annoying you, just do this." I never did until I was in my 20s living alone and spending money on skincare seemed fun and sitting at home and doing a face mask seemed fun. And I started to notice laugh lines and whatever else I noticed about my skin, hormonal acne coming out. And I just now I love doing my skincare and it's like the only thing I want to talk about. We've been talking about skincare for 30 minutes. Um, because it matters to me now and it didn't then. I think about
Yeah.
that all the time, the wasted skincare products on a 14-year-old version of myself that I would love to
Yeah.
have today. And I
The
do have.
wasted adult energy is what I think of. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like my mom, your mom trying to get us to do these things for ourselves. And it's just like, we'll do it when it matters to us.
Yeah. I'll
But all
do it
right.
when it affects my vanity more.
Which it will.
And it does. Yeah.
All right.
I remember going to the pediatrician with my mom as a teenager and I had acne. I had pretty bad acne. And it wasn't that bad at this point. It was a new phenomenon in my life. It was just coming in lightly. And I remember her going to the pediatrician and being like, well, Caroline wanted to ask you about like acne, la la la. And I was thinking of like the occasional whitehead I get. And the pediatrician starts answering the question. And then my mom interjects and is like, yeah, but look at those blackheads on her nose. What about those? And I was like, this was like news to me, bitch. I like didn't even know that she'd just been sitting on this, like simmering on my nose blackheads that I didn't even know were there.
Oh
Like
no.
so pressingly that she had to yell at the pediatrician about it. I was like, you've said nothing to me. First of all, I'm sorry that you're having a hard time sleeping at night over my blackheads.
It's like something coming out for the first time in couples therapy, and they're
Yeah,
like, "What the?
what?
I didn't
I
know that was a
know.
thing."
So you sound pretty comfortable talking about this now.
Pediatricians' offices are
Ugh,
the place
so
of
weird.
childhood trauma. I've talked about my
Terror.
experiences in the past. Like,
Oh,
it is really, really a shame how much,
yeah.
whether it's the doctor or the parent, whoever's causing the trauma, it is happening there. We need to be
Yeah,
drafting
it's
kids from pediatricians' offices straight into therapy.
there.
I
That
mean,
is true. They could have like a little therapy office attached off the back when you
attached, like
exit
when you
instead
leave
of,
your visit, you go
yeah,
there.
exit through the gift shop of this little
Yeah.
therapy
Yeah.
decompression. Yeah, so
Mm-mm.
true.
It is such a weird thing, though. Kind of like the mother-daughter dynamic, and in general, parents and kids sometimes of like caring so much what your kid thinks about, looks like. Sorry, not thinks about.
Oh,
You
yeah,
probably
what
don't
they
give a
look
shit what
like.
your kid thinks about. What they look like, and like how particular some parents can be in
Mm-hmm.
noticing these little flaws in their kids. And I could do all sorts of like
I know.
pretend therapizing on what I think that actually means, but it's just sad, and I think it happens all the time, and like I can't even blame people because I don't
Totally.
know what I would be like
Oh, I mean, well, the truth is like middle schoolers. Okay, this is actually something I really believe.
yeah.
I don't think we should have to look at them.
So true.
I think they should be shipped away
Wow.
until they learn to be people cuz middle schoolers are just long children that
No.
are like that walking around like they're people and
Genius.
they're so hard to look at. So are most high schoolers. Like I don't think we should have to look at them. I don't think we should really have to talk to them that much. And I think they can come back when I think they can come back
They're ready.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they're ready. So I agree. They're not like I
But
don't really want
also,
I don't want to look at them, but also everything the parents do is so damaging.
totally. But also in this day and age, I feel like middle schoolers and high schoolers hit different. Like there's this woman on Love is Blind. The new Love is Blind season just started,
Is there a middle
and
schooler on it?
there's not a middle schooler, but there's a woman who's
Premise of Love is Blind is like you could fall in love with a child, and then it's just dating for pedophiles.
that will be
Pitch.
one of their upcoming
Don't steal
seasons.
that
They're out
show.
of
Don't
drama.
steal that show from me,
Caroline will produce
VH1.
it. Not for everyone productions. No, there's a woman who's like 30 or something, and she has a 10-year-old daughter. And the daughter hasn't been seen on the show. I don't know if in the
But
upcoming
you
episodes
can't
she'll pop up.
look at it.
Um, yeah, but yeah, she's locked away with the rest of the middle schoolers that Caroline wants to keep from society. No, but I looked up this woman on Instagram just to because you stalk the contestants between the weeks where episodes come out, obviously.
Yeah.
And there's pictures of her and her daughter, 10-year-old, 11-year-old girl, is like so gorgeous. And the woman is gorgeous too. The mom is gorgeous too. And like whatever, I'm sure that they have means to upkeep themselves and all of that. But like this
Mm-hmm.
10-year-old girl is just like a beautiful porcelain, beautiful long hair, like
She's just like
eyebrows
naturally
maintained.
beautiful. She's naturally
Yeah.
beautiful, or you're
It's
saying
not
she's
like
like
she's
done
wearing
up or
makeup.
something?
No,
Okay,
she's
okay,
like
okay.
still a kid, and there's nothing inappropriate happening in terms of like getting her all dolled up for Instagram or something. She just looks so pretty. And
Oh,
maybe that's just her, but I
yeah. I
feel
think it's just
like
her. There's still uggos out there. I've
there's
seen
still
them.
uggos.
I
I
see
feel
him.
like I
I see
see
him
like
every day.
high schoolers on TikTok who that is not what we looked like in high
That's
school.
TikTok. That's self-selecting. It's a self-selecting group. I mean, I
I
do think
guess.
there is that thing. I mean, the shit you're getting fed on TikTok is like that is not good for my brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like the world's most beautiful people. I don't need to look at that shit.
Yeah,
I
fair.
haven't seen one of them in person since living in DC. Is a hideous city, but on TikTok, it seems to be the entire population.
That's fair. It's a sample size that is
I
not
know.
not an accurate sample size. N equals not good.
And it was not good. But I do, I mean, there is that thing. I see memes, I'm sure you and everyone has seen them about like 13-year-olds when we grew up versus
Right.
like 13-year-olds today, where there is so much like being on Instagram, you got more access to
Yeah. Tutorials of how to do
fashion
your
and
makeup.
tutorials. Yeah. Like literally, how did we know? How did we? Oh, I think Justin asked me, sweet, beautiful Justin, was like, I think he was the one who asked me. He was like, how did people learn to do their makeup before YouTube? I was like, that's a great question.
Yeah.
And before social media. And I was like, I had a makeup book. I had a Bobby Brown makeup book, which I
Oh
actually still
yeah.
love that book. It's so
Iconic.
great. Iconic. I loved Bobby Brown too. But yeah, like learning your makeup just out of a book. I
From
don't
a
know. Something
book.
so funny about that.
Somebody would like go to the library to look at that book. Yeah, I did not have the Bobby Brown makeup book, but I've definitely heard about it and I've seen it because some of my friends have it. I feel like my mom taught me like very basics of makeup,
Mm,
kind of when we started going to mixers and like when we had that debutante ballroom dance type of class, like she would just do a little bit of mascara, a little bit of blush, like a lip gloss type of thing and like show me that deal. But I didn't graduate from doing my makeup that way to actually using like face products and things that make it all set together much better
hmm
until maybe after college. Like I specifically have this memory that I think about a lot of me getting ready to go out in college and doing like really thick eyeliner. There's no concealer on to like balance the heaviness on the top of my eye. I'm doing like a Kylie Jenner lip kit and like curling my hair without brushing it out, just like
Yeah.
leaving the curls. And
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it was
tight,
fucking
tight
tough.
curls.
Tight curls, because
Tough,
like
tight curls.
you just didn't know.
Ringlets. I know.
Ringlets. And I thought I was doing well too. And then I really wasn't doing well with it until I started watching YouTube makeup tutorials in my 20s.
Yeah, you're great at it. You do really
Thank you.
good
Now I
job.
do.
Really
I'm
good
making up for
job.
lost time.
Yeah, your hair and makeup's always fucking flawless. But
I didn't
it
want to
is
do it
funny.
today, but
Oh, you look
people have
cute.
to click on our YouTube video, you know?
I know. I never feel like doing it. And then I looked at myself and someone commented on our video from last week. Someone trolled me. Did you see on Instagram? There was
Oh,
a
oh,
video of us
oh.
from last week, and somebody said, amazing that you had Tom Hiddleston on the podcast.
I couldn't decide. It was really funny. And also I was like, get out of here. And I couldn't decide whether to respond to it or not. I was like, this is for Caroline
No,
to
you
maybe
got
respond to.
to pin that comment. That's the comment you pin. I don't know if you're aware, but I called it out one time. First of all, okay, I don't even know where to start with this. I don't know where to start with this. I saw a bunch of comments like maybe a year ago that were like, "You look like Tom Hiddleston," and
No,
I wasn't
this is a
even an
thing.
yeah, and I was like, I'm not gonna reply to this shit. This is obviously just like one troll who's trying to bring me down, blah 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 blah. And then I think I was doing some video where I was looking for my troll comments, and I thought of that one, and I was like, well, maybe I'll address it. Let me see. And I searched in my YouTube comments, like as the content creator, you can search keywords, and I searched for Tom Hiddleston, and there's like 20 comments that come up,
Oh my God.
all from different accounts.
Not the same person
This is not one person
trolling you.
trolling me. I thought it was one person trolling me. No, it is a lot of people
Oh,
just factually observing that I look
you
like Tom
don't.
Hiddleston. I
You
do. I actually
don't.
see it.
I'm
No, I
looking at a
do.
picture
I
of him
do. I
right
do. I do.
now. Oh, how do
I
you
really
look like
do look
him?
like him. I actually,
Don't tell me.
okay, hold on.
I don't want you to go
Tom,
down this rabbit hole. Don't tell me. You don't.
I totally look like him. I have big eyes, thin lips, like wide cheekbones, slight bump to the nose. I really look like Tom
So
Hiddleston.
many people could match that description. But this man,
No,
he's
I see it.
your skin is so much better than his. You have a better like complexion and not only in terms of like the smoothness of your skin but also like the color to it. Like
Listen, I'm not saying that there aren't some differences about our body. I'm saying I know why they said this. I get it. General face shape, yeah.
okay. Well, I'd like to offer myself up for potential doppelgangers and
Yes, who do you
feel free
get?
to
Who do you get?
include like ugly men. Oh, I don't know. People don't give me very many, and I try to.
Oh, ugly doppelganger. Yeah, I can't think of
Well,
an ugly
either.
man. I can't think of a man you look like.
I can't think of even a woman I look like. Can you? Like, I'm just so uniquely gorgeous. No,
You are
I
uniquely
genuinely
gorgeous.
can't. It's there has to be someone. I just can't think of it. Oh, somebody gave me
Maybe we could Google image search your face.
that would be cool.
I'm gonna see. Wait,
Somebody
give me your
one time
face. Give me your
told me,
face. Wait,
okay,
no, give me your face, and I'll
is it
take a
here?
screenshot.
You
Yeah,
have
is it
my
here?
face.
Be still. Be still. Wait, look at me again. Look at me again. Look at me again. Okay, I took a screenshot of it,
Okay.
and I love your face. Okay, wait. Now I'm gonna upload it to Google image search.
Oh my God, I'm so excited and
Let's see what
scared
we got.
also.
Google Images. Okay, upload a file. That's not your face. Where's your face, dog? Okay. Um, hello? Oh, wait. What? Results for people are limited. Okay, nothing.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, okay, so basically Google agrees. You do have a really uniquely beautiful face.
I think that there are like websites you can go on and look for your celebrity doppelganger and it'll find me someone. But
Okay.
I'll tell you who someone told me I look like. I don't think I look like her. I think maybe they said I have her vibe, which
Okay.
is this woman who's hosting the new host of Great British Bake Off. What's her name? Great British Bake Off host. She's a black woman. So, but like maybe there's something about our facial structure that could look similar. Eye
Hmm.
shape, maybe. Allison Hammond. Somebody DM'd me and said I look like her. I took it as a compliment because she seems like a very vivacious woman and she has a big smile. But I don't know
Oh,
that that's really my doppelganger.
it's not, well, I think this person doesn't know what doppelganger means. You have a really big smile and she has a really arched eyebrow like you
The
do.
eyebrow, yeah.
That's really all I can see though.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean,
I'd
she's
love
a
to take
pretty lady,
submissions
but
because I really never know. Like I'd love to have. I'm genuinely not trying to say that I'm so special. I want to know who my
you are
celebrity
special.
doppelganger is,
I
and
know.
I don't know who it is currently.
Okay,
So
guys,
so send us DMs.
give Jess, give Jess a nice DM about her celebrity doppelganger. Give me one fucking DM that isn't a man.
You
Um,
have gotten, but people have told you Jennifer Aniston. You definitely, I can hear it, and sometimes when you're talking, I can
that's
hear the
not,
Jen Ann.
that's, yeah, but that's my voice. That's not a face.
I think there's a look about it too. Sometimes
I don't
I
care. I
don't
don't
see
care.
it currently. You've
I
gotten
don't
good
care.
ones before. We'll get you more. We'll get you more. Send us compliments, send us
Send us a
anti
compliment.
compliments,
Yeah, it
send it
actually
all.
send anything, any kind of compliment about my face would be fine, really.
Okay.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
What?
Oh, like there's someone in Russia who looks like you.
What are you saying?
Wait, like or like in
Oh,
Israel or something, or like in China. Like there's
okay, okay.
someone somewhere,
I
like
was like, you know
probably
someone in Russia.
no,
Why won't you
no,
say their name?
no, I don't know anyone anywhere, but like
Yeah,
there's someone, maybe not
there's
in
a lot of people.
Japan.
A lot of
There's a
people
lot of
in the
people.
world.
There's a lot of people in the world, I think is what I'm saying.
I think you're right about that. That was really astute of you and something I didn't realize. So
Sometimes people
thanks.
really look alike and we don't even know that.
That's true. Do you ever think I think about that a lot, weirdly, and then I start going down a rabbit hole of like, okay, I'm sure there's people that look like me, but there also people who
Smell
think
like me?
like me
Oh.
and smell like me? Like, are there people who are identically me from look to mind to
Mm.
smell to everything? Is there
The
even
smell?
one?
Even
There
smell?
might be.
Well, what's that saying that like wait, actually wait, I'm confused. Wait.
Okay. Let me clarify.
Wait, no.
Do you want to talk
I-
about my smell more?
yeah, well, I was thinking about there's that saying that like infinity, like the concept of infinity, which is like impossible to wrap my mind around, means that if a monkey was left typing on a typewriter for infinite time, eventually he would type out um the play Hamlet. That's like one. Have you heard this? I'm
Whoa.
not
I've
saying it
not heard that.
correctly. I'm not saying it correctly, but it's
I
something
get what
like
you
that.
mean.
Like that's the concept of infinity. Like this incredibly ridiculous. How could it happen? Like in infinity, there's space for that because it's so expansive. And then
Yeah.
if the universe is infinite, then and the universe is infinite, and the monkey's writing Hamlet, then maybe there's someone who smells like Jess.
There probably is someone who smells like Jess. If they wear the Glossier You perfume, then they're halfway there. But
But I was pausing myself because I think the universe being infinite doesn't mean that there's infinite people. I think I got
there's not
confused.
infinite people. That's actually true.
That's
The
true.
universe is
That's
infinite.
actually true.
That's actually true.
There's only some people.
There's only some, compared to infinite, there really are only some people.
Are
Only
we high?
some.
Are we high?
No, I feel really grounded actually, because this is,
Okay.
I think and talk about this a lot. There's only
Okay.
some people.
There's only some people. A moment ago, I was thinking about how many there are, but now I feel like I want to take it back. There's only a couple.
There's only a couple. One time in college, Kai and I still reference this to this day. There was this guy who was in the all boys a cappella group, and we were in the all girls a cappella group, and we were at a
Ooh,
mixer
hot.
of the two a
Yeah.
cappella groups.
Ooh, someone's gonna fuck.
It was crazy. I didn't fuck one of them, unfortunately.
They didn't fuck anyone either.
Biggest regret of my life.
They were in the
And
men's
no, just
acapella
kidding.
group.
They were
Okay.
not in my dump. Anyway, a lot of friends from that time in my life. So
Great.
one of the guys was, we were all drinking. We all would get pretty drunk together. And me, Kai, and this guy were standing like separate from the party, and people were playing Pong and just doing their own thing. And we were in the corner. And he was like known to be like kind of like shy and reserved and mysterious. And he really wasn't friends with the group like everybody else was. But we somehow ended up in a conversation with him, which we felt really good about ourselves for that. And he was like, I don't really know most of the sirens. That was our a cappella group name. I don't
Great
really
name.
know most of the sirens. I just know Kai, Jess, and a few others. And Kai and I, to this day, will just say to each other, like, it's Kai, Jess, and a few others. Like, that's the whole world.
Yes.
So the world is just a few others. You know what I
I
mean?
love that. Yeah, it's just a few others. I love it. That's so cute.
Yeah.
It's just Kai, Jess, and a few
A
others.
few others. It's
That's
Caroline, Jess, and
adorable.
a few others here at NFE. But yeah, there's just
Yeah.
a few people.
There's just
We don't
some
know
out
them.
there.
Yeah.
Wow.
They don't
Science.
smell like me, probably. That's for
Just
damn sure.
making me think. That just made me think of like, I don't know. I feel like there's infinite like pop breakup songs that are like, "You'll never get another girl like me." Like that's not a specific song, but that's like a common theme. It's like,
Yeah.
"You'll never get another girl that smells like me." You'll never get another one that smells this way. I refuse to wear deodorant because I feel like when I wear deodorant, it stains all my white shirts. So like truly, you'll never get one that smells like this.
Wait, really?
I often don't wear deodorant.
Wow, that's like a gift if you feel that you can get away with that. But I guess you're saying you don't think you can, you just do it anyway.
I don't know if I can. I don't have I'm not a super strong sweater except in my feet. I'm not a
Right.
super strong sweater in my armpits.
Can I
So
say,
what?
okay, I'm trying to remember if this happened in a dream or if it really happened.
Mm.
I think that in a recent YouTube video of yours, you showed like it was a shot of your bedroom, maybe, and I could see your little trash can to the side. And I feel like there was like a pad from your socks just
Yeah,
in the trash can.
that
Yeah.
happened. Yeah, it was full of pads from my feet.
Yeah. And
Those are sanitary pads.
I
from
notice
my
these
feet.
details when I watch your videos. And I'm just like, oh, there's her feet pads and her trash can. That's
Yeah,
cool that she
that's
didn't
funny.
remove that for filming. Just
I
the
actually
most
did. I
authentic
know.
out there.
I know what you're referencing. I actually did remove some of them, the ones that most obviously look like pads, because I didn't want people to think it was just a trash can overflowing with period pads. And I figured that other people wouldn't know that they're actually for my feet. I don't know which is worse, but you
Wait,
still
so
caught it.
the fact that there was actually thought that went into like, I'll remove some of them, but not all of them
I
is
removed some of
hysterical.
them. Why wouldn't it be authentic? So
I'm so glad that I asked about. So I was right to notice it, honestly.
yeah, 100%. I actively thought about it.
Oh my
There
gosh.
were a lot
She
more
thinks about
pads in
every
that
detail,
trash can.
people.
Yeah. So, but I think that the yellow sweat stains that you can get on like a light colored shirt. I don't know if this is science either. I'm not going to Google it, but I'm pretty sure you only sweat a color if from the chemicals in deodorant. Like, I think if you just
Oh,
sweat, it just comes out wet like water. But I think the color comes from the chemicals in deodorant. Is
interesting.
that
I would
science?
believe
Is that
that.
science? Yeah,
Makes a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
sense to me.
I think I feel good saying it. So if it's not true, it's still a rumor that I'm comfortable
Spreading,
pushing. You spreading. Yeah.
pushing. She's a pusher.
Yeah. But
You know
that's
what
why
I,
sometimes I don't wear it. What do
you know
you
what I
think?
thought the other day? This is
What?
totally separate topic.
Perfect. This has
We've
been
been
a
on,
cohesive episode
it
otherwise.
has,
Has
weirdly
it?
enough, but we've been on like hygiene and skincare and things for a long time,
Yeah.
which I
Okay.
love. I actually could talk about those things
I
forever, but
know. I want to kind of change the podcast subject.
to
It
just
like
be
the
that,
podcast as a whole just be beauty, even though I don't know anything about it.
we would just bullshit for days and spread rumors and Google things live on air and not
First
find
thing,
conclusions about
yeah,
any of them.
beauty. Oh, beauty rumor sounds great. I actually was thinking of that. Wait, you were talking.
No,
Go.
say that. No, say what you were going to say because it sounded interesting and fun.
Well,
A lot of pressure now.
I was watching this YouTuber. What I can't remember what his name is, but he does this Dom. Do you remember the Dom Mazzetti character? He's
No.
like this broy. I don't know. He's been doing YouTube comedy sketches in this
Okay.
Dom Mazzetti character. It's like a broy gym bro Jersey boy something
Okay.
character for like 10 years. And and I was just like, but they're like comedy videos, but they're almost always in the gym. And I was just like, ugh, I wish I could do that with like beauty, do like just beauty, but comedy videos. Like the vehicle is beauty stuff, but it's really comedy.
Hmm.
But then I was like, oh, but this guy really knows a lot about the gym, and I don't know anything about beauty. So I would have to like learn all the beauty. Like he genuinely knows and appreciates gym culture, and I'm like, I actually don't know the beauty stuff. Is
Fair.
all
I
I was
think you
mourning.
know more than you admit, or you have a curiosity around it because
Thank you.
you like, yeah, whenever we talk about it, I can tell that it's something you have an interest in, whether or not you know everything about it. Nobody knows everything about it. So, like, I don't
That
know.
was
I think you could do that. I
Okay, that
like
was
that
very
idea.
generous. Thank you. You're so
I'm
supportive.
here for.
Tell
I'm a
me
generous lover.
tell me the thought
Um,
you were thinking the other day.
I was thinking the other day that I really want to start showing up places with a boombox.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you gonna play on it, Jessica?
Whatever people wanted, probably a lot of Mandy Moore.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's obvious.
I feel like when I was
I
younger,
like how you started saying whatever people want, and before you could finish the word want, you said a lot of Mandy Moore. As if that's the second thought to come after whatever a lot of people want.
well, I think it was okay. A Walk to Remember was my favorite movie at
Shane
the same
Dawson.
time,
So hot. So hot.
right? At
Wait,
the
wait, was that
same
his
time,
name? Shane? Wait,
no,
no, not
Shane
Shane
Dawson's a
Dawson.
YouTuber. It was
Shane,
the guy from
Shane.
Dawson's
Wait, I'm confused.
Wait, what was his name?
Want to
I can
remember.
picture his face.
It's Shane. Don't tell me it's not Shane. Shane West. Shane West.
West. There we go.
Okay. Okay, yes.
So I think there's something in my brain that correlates boomboxes with that movie. Like at the same time in my life,
Weird.
I was watching A Walk to Remember and I was showing up to people's birthday parties with a boombox because that's how we like listened to music then, I
Oh,
think.
and you were the one who would bring it?
And I'd be like, "Oh, I'll bring mine because like my dad just got me a cool new one that's like
Oh,
yellow."
that's
And
cute.
I just feel like that could be a cool thing to bring back. Like show up
Yeah,
to a party with a boombox, one of those binders of CDs, and
right.
just DJ, really. It comes back to DJs the
Okay.
old-fashioned way.
So describe to me what's like the felt experience in the difference in the difference between being
Well,
at a party with a boombox and being at a party with Spotify from your phone
sure.
connected to a speaker.
Well, you have to do a lot of switching between CDs. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of quiet actually
A
at the
lot more, a
party.
lot more, a lot more downtime. A lot
A
more
lot of
downtime.
musicless moments. But it allows
Okay.
for connection. It allows for anticipation.
Mm,
Um,
it's like
you don't get
edging.
to pull up any song that you want. You're limited to the CDs that are there.
Which I
But
actually think is a good thing. Like,
I think that the guide rails can be helpful because when you have just like the world is your oyster on Spotify, it can be a little daunting. Like, what do I play? It's going to be Beyonce every time. I'm not going to Mandy Moore on Spotify. CDs, straight to Mandy,
Okay.
It's a different experience. What else?
Okay. Probably poorer sound quality, I would assume.
Yeah, you'd have to like have multiple in different rooms, depending on how big the party is.
Right.
You might have to have multiple boom boxes for each room, one for each room.
Okay, so you're showing up with a suitcase full of boom boxes to the next party.
I wouldn't
spending a
be able
while
to.
setting them up, collecting various CDs to play in the different. Oh,
Yeah,
they're all. First of all, they can't all play the same song at the same time.
that's true.
There's no syncing. You're gonna
No.
have Mandy Moore playing at like what is it called? It's not staccato. It syncopated, like in sync,
Yeah.
playing in syncopation.
All I want is you. Oh, oh, oh. Isn't that her? Anyway,
Sounds good.
thank you. Yeah, it would be like a round, like one of those, when gospel choirs do a round. It's kind of like that. So that could be
Yeah,
cool.
or like the
I
kind of
wouldn't
thing
have
that
a lot of
they.
time to chat at the party. Like
Okay.
this is a full-time job and
You
more,
sound
but that's
busy.
that's what DJs do. We're busy
I
people.
I do think there's something to that though. Like, I don't know. I was hanging out with some friends, one of which, had her Polaroid camera, and like there is something around, like,
Nostalgia.
it's nostalgic, but it also becomes more of an event when you lower the
The standard.
technological capacity. Yeah, when
Yeah.
it takes more requirement. I literally was thinking about that. What was a stupid thought I had? I wait. Oh, okay, this is so dumb. But I actually don't know if this relates, but I'm gonna say it.
Do it. Go for it.
I was feeling cranky when I had a jar of peanut butter that wasn't like easy, no stir. It was like really labor intensive peanut butter. And then I was like, you know what? People used to stir their peanut butter back in at like,
Yeah.
in like
Churning the butter on the
yeah,
farm.
in the
Yeah.
12th century, they didn't have no stir peanut butter. You had to stir it. And I was like, just enjoy the moment, enjoy the process. Cause sometimes I watch these videos online that are just like making like an authentic 16th century dinner. And it's like, whatever the fuck they're doing, making these stupid potatoes. I watch this shit. And I was like, just do that. Just do that now. Like enjoy the process of mixing this peanut butter really slowly. Like you're churning butter. You're a milkmaid. You're a peanut butter milkmaid. Like enjoy the more labor intensive process. And to
Yeah.
me, and I like tried to trick myself into like enjoying the labor. And I actually do think there's something to that. Like the accelerated technology or like accelerated peanut butter technology.
Totally. There's so many things. We're going back to that, I think, in so many ways. There's this pretty iconic building on a corner close to me in Wicker Park in Chicago. And it's like this really old, it's an old bank building that has like amazing I don't even know what you call it, like tiling and stuff on the ceiling. Anyway, for a long time it was
Crawford ceiling.
maybe it's that. Maybe it's that. But buttresses, not that. But
Sure.
I know that's
No,
an
could be.
architectural term.
Could be.
So anyway, it's a really cool building. It was a Walgreens for a long time. The Walgreens closed and everybody was like, what's going to go in the iconic old bank building? A Barnes and Noble is going in it. A bookstore.
Weird.
They were put out of business for
Yeah.
years because of the internet, and now they're starting to come back. Even the fact that Amazon opened their own bookstores, there's one in Bethesda, is like a sign of, okay, we highly automated and technologized so many things, and now people are craving like in-person experiences, working a little bit harder to do stuff. Like,
yeah,
because if everything's easy, what are you filling your day with? You know what I mean?
Also, the idea, I think the thing that bugs me so much about all the technological quote unquote advancements, like obviously I benefit from so much of them every day, and there's so many I want to keep, but this idea that it makes life easier or faster, no, it definitely doesn't. It just means that we raise the bar for the amount we have to get done every day.
Yeah.
Instead of taking a week to deliver a letter, it's like you're expected to send 5 emails within a number of minutes. It just like means you have to do more. It hasn't made anything it hasn't made anything easier. I mean, well, that maybe take that statement out. It's made some things
It's made
easier.
a lot of things easier,
It's
but
made a
not
lot
everything.
of things easier, but
Yeah.
but a lot of time it just means we're going faster and doing more, and obviously that doesn't make anybody happy, you know.
Yeah, we're upping the ante on ourselves. Like we played ourselves a
Totally.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Back
it's
to
the
the
case with
analog.
remote work. It's the same thing of like, if you're at home, you don't have to spend the time commuting. Uh, you can just hop from one Zoom call to another instead of having to literally spend the 2 minutes walking to the conference room. Maybe you say hi to someone, pick up a snack, whatever, and you're a few minutes late for the meeting, but that was like normal and worthwhile. Now it's
Oh,
like boom, 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 staying on late because I don't have to close my laptop and take the bus home. Like things like that. It shows up in so many aspects of life where like, okay, yeah, it's
yeah.
more convenient maybe, or it's like
Ugh.
faster,
Yeah. But
but
I
I
hate the
hate.
idea. But I no, but I hate the idea of working in person. I think
Oh, yeah.
it's crazy. Like I could never go back to it. 8 hours in literally my last office job. It was in a windowless building. 8 hours straight in a windowless building. You wouldn't do that to a dog. You wouldn't do that to a
Yeah.
dog. And like there's no recess. There's like you feel guilty to take a walk break, just staring at the screen. And no, no. That
So
one I will
true.
protest. That one I will
I'm so
protest.
torn on it. I mean, I think that the
Ugh.
ability, I don't think it should be outlawed. The ability to work remote should be available. And I think it works for a lot of people, including myself, because I can go for a walk in the middle of the day. I can have a call with you in the middle of the day. I can do what I need to do and do my job. Like it's great. At the same time, I do have days when I really miss the in person and like the culture of being in an office just because I'm such a social person. I made
Yeah.
a lot of my friends from my last job.
That's
Um,
pretty special if you actually enjoy the culture. That's very
but
different.
it's unique. It's definitely not that
Yeah.
way everywhere. And I think people having the option is honestly like
Well, that's
where
the
I
thing.
land. Yeah.
Even when you miss it, it sounds like you work with people you like and you are very social and blah blah blah. But like, do you ever crave 8 hours straight where
No.
you have to sit there till the eighth hour, even if you're
Totally.
done with everything you need to
Ugh.
do? What the fuck
That's
is
bullshit.
that?
Yeah, that is bullshit.
Ooh.
Just like performing, being there for the sake of
Yeah.
other people seeing you there, which is so much of what
Gross.
office jobs are about.
It
Totally.
cracks it cracks me up how when we went remote, everyone realized they could do their work so much faster than an 8 hour day.
Oh, yeah. The problem is that employers have figured that out too. Like, if we could have all kept that to ourselves,
To
employees could just
ourselves.
figure that out and go do what else you want to do with the extra hours that you have in your day. Great.
Well, I
But
think yeah.
employers have figured it out. So, like you said, now the expectations are higher. Okay, you're faster, you're more efficient, you have more time on your hands. Here's more, more, more. It's always
I,
more.
I think you got to be savvy in dragging it out. You got to be like,
Yeah,
yeah, that day long task is going to take me 4 days and just commit to it.
true.
Because I think actually a lot of people are doing that and the good ones you just wouldn't know. You're like, oh, that task must be hard.
Right.
No, they're at the gym.
Totally. Yeah, one of my coworkers and I always talk about that. It's like, oh, yeah, I finished this thing between the two of us because we're
Yeah,
friends
yeah,
and we're
yeah. She's a
peers.
safe person.
She's a safe person. We're like, oh, yeah, I finished that, but I'm not going to send it to them until Friday. I know it's
Mm-mm.
done,
Yeah.
but they don't need to know I got it done ahead of the deadline. Like, the
Mm-hmm.
worst thing, though, my actual biggest work pet peeve is people who somebody will assign you something and say, okay, it's Monday today. It's due on Friday. Can you get it to me Friday? Yes, absolutely. And then on Wednesday, they're like, hey, how's that thing going? And I know that they might be
Oh, they're
asking
checking
because
in
they
on
just want
you?
a status update or they want to know if you have any questions. But it's like, I will tell you if I have questions. I will give you a status update when I have one to share.
That seems
This is, you
strange.
asked for this
Yeah.
on Friday. Do not fucking bother me about it until then. Like, if you wanted it Wednesday, you should have asked for it due Wednesday. There are a
Mm-hmm.
lot of like micromanaging, controlling people who
That
do
seems like
that.
bad management. Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst, especially. And I think it happens a lot in remote work because it's just easy for someone to like send off a Slack message without, and they don't know what you're doing because they can't see you in an office. So they're
Bitch,
just
if you
like,
don't
oh,
trust
how
me
is
to do the
this?
assignment, yeah, if you actually don't trust me to do the assignment by Friday, sounds like you need to fire me. Like either I'm going to do it
Mhm.
or I'm not, and you're going to find out by Friday. And if it's a pattern, then you can fire me. Okay? How about
Yep.
that?
Yep.
Until
Yep. Yep.
then,
Yep. 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 Yep.
I'll talk to you Friday. Hey.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell me about your recent Google searches. Find one that you want to tell me
Ooh,
about?
good
If people
question.
have been here since the beginning, back when we didn't know how to talk, we would do Google search history, and it's
Google
actually
search
so fun to
history.
go back and see what you've
Yes.
looked up recently. And we haven't
Sometimes
done
people
it
still
in so long.
sometimes people still DM us their Google search history.
Yeah.
Which I love to see funny ones. Wait, what do you have to do to actually see it?
You just click into the search bar.
Oh, on Google?
Yeah.
Google.com. Okay, so go to google.com.
Google.com. Well, I have
Okay.
Chrome, so it's just there.
Well, mine is so
Flex.
stupid. Mine is so stupid from this recording. It's tartan, and then Google image search, A Walk to Remember cast, Great British Bake Off host, black woman, Tom Hiddleston. Does a skeleton have teeth? Are teeth bones? Do your teeth get
We
tighter over
have done
time?
so much
Snail
today.
cream. Snail cream. Okay. What?
Mine
Give me
are
yours.
boring.
Finger heart.
Mine has a lot of
Sure.
Love Island cast members because
That's
I'm
good.
watching the new Love Island All-Star season. DM me about it. Some of you are DMing me about it, and I love it. I love to talk about it.
Nice.
So I was looking up a few old characters, a few people who have been on the show. Then there's stuff about taxes because I was doing taxes. There's
Jerking
nothing
off.
super interesting.
I Googled secretary chic. Are you aware of this fashion trend?
No, but I can easily imagine it. Is that trendy now?
I don't know if it's really trendy. I feel like I read it somewhere
Sure.
and I was like, I've never heard of that. And then I looked it up and it wasn't particularly interesting. Kind of just looks like a sexy secretary. I don't know.
Yeah. The Google image for that is not what I want you to be wearing
No, it's not
for your own
actually.
well-being and confidence. It's just not it. But maybe there's ways to make it cute.
Yeah, it didn't do anything for me. I have a hard time believing this is really a thing right now. I don't know if maybe I didn't Google the right thing.
Yeah, I don't have any good ones. That's so annoying. I wish there was a day.
Dang
Oh,
it.
maybe I can look in my Instagram searches. Maybe
Okay.
that would be more interesting.
Abby cut out the fluff.
Yeah, if we don't find anything, we
Oh,
can cut
here's
this.
a good one.
Ooh.
Okay. Right below Octopussy James Bond, which is a James Bond movie. It
Okay.
says sooth. Smelled, no, not smelled, spelled
Oh,
SOOTH, because I was writing the word soothe and I was like, does soothe have an E at the end of it? No, that would be crazy because a few episodes ago we talked about how smooth I think should have an E at the end. And people were like, no, it shouldn't. La 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 la. Soothe has an E at the end.
right.
Soothe and smooth rhyme, and only one has an E at the end.
Wow, you just dropped
Yep.
the mic on those hoes.
On those hoes.
One person did agree with you. One is all you need. And
I
we
know.
did get a passionate DM about that. But yes, soothe.
Thank you. Soothe.
So you typed in sooth. You typed in
Sooth.
sooth.
I
Because
typed
you're
in
like, oh, I
sooth
guess it
because
doesn't because
sooth.
smooth doesn't. Wow.
Sooth is also a word, but it's a different word.
Oh. It's
Like a
tooth.
sooth, like a soothsayer. There's a soothsayer like a toothsayer, and a soothe like a smooth.
Yeah. I was just thinking about how we were
Um,
back to tooth and teeth because we were talking about teeth earlier. Maybe that's how maybe we brought it back full circle and we're done. Do you think?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay. Thanks for being here. This is not for everyone. You listened, and that's on you. I'm Jess. That's Caroline. Hater and lover. What do we say when we outro? Oh,
We talk about Instagram.com.
we talk about Instagram.com. It's a good website. Don't be on it for too much, but when you are on it, you can find us there. Not for everyone pod, not the number 4, everyone pod on Instagram. I'm Jess DeBakey on Instagram. Caroline is there, but she likes it better when you find her on YouTube, Caroline Winkler.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that's it, babies.
Yeah, I wish I could high five you right now.
Yeah, this
Doesn't that
was
feel-
like empowering or something. I feel hype. I feel in a better mood than when I came in.
Yeah.
And I still came in a good mood. So
Jessica
look at
DeBakey.
that.
Jessica, should we reveal your middle name, DeBakey?
That's my last name. What?
No. I'm saying, should we reveal your middle name as a placeholder for your middle name? Because I wanted to explain Jessica DeBakey and say how sweet a comment that was, that you're leaving feeling better better. Leave it better than you found it. I hope that's how
Yeah.
everyone feels. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. I still don't know what that had to do with my middle name.
Because I wanted
do
to
people
say
want to know it?
I wanted to say Jessica DeBakey. That
You
was
can
such a
say
sweet
it.
thing to say.
You can
Wait, I
say
forget it. I know it starts with a Z. Is it Zara? Is it Zara?
No, it's Xena. Zena.
Xena. I knew it's the best thing ever.
It's a good one. When we were growing up, though, like in middle school, when we were ugly and weird, I was really shy about my middle name. Like I just wanted it to
What?
be Catherine or something like
Claire.
everyone else, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love it now. And a lot of people
Jessica
just call me
Xena.
Jay-Z. Mhm.
That's the
me.
coolest middle name. I remember that you had a cool middle name that started with Z, but I couldn't remember what it was,
Yeah.
obviously.
If people don't know why that's my Instagram handle, that's why. And you're welcome to call me Jay-Z or Jess or Jessica or Jessica Xena. I'll stop saying all the variations of my name now.
Jessica Xena. I love you.
Caroline Winkler, Caroline Angelica in the flesh. Love you, babe.
Let's end it with a kiss. End it with a kiss.
Oh, little ones?
Wait.
You're doing lots of little
Whoa.
ones. I did one big one.
Oh, well, I didn't even hear it. Do a big one again.
Did you hear it?
Why can't I hear that at all?
Is that better?
No. Make a sound. Make a sound.
I'm making such a sound. Are you lying?
No, I'm not lying. Okay, that was a little one. I got that one.
Okay. That was loud over here. I'll tell you that much.
I
I can't hear those at all.
You're a liar.
Okay.
We gotta
Kisses.
go now. We gotta go. Bye.